Good afternoon, children. Today you will read question answer of chapter metals and non-metals. Firstly, I will discuss objective type question answers. Answer you have to write in the book with the help of pencil. And descriptive question you will note down. Okay, children? And you can mark in the book. First question is fill in the blanks. The property due to which a metal piece can be hammered into thin sheets is known as malleability. Next, bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. Gold is mixed with dash and dash to make it hard. You have to write copper and silver. Next is dash is the only non-metal to have a natural luster. You can write iodine. Fifth, dash is a non-metal which catches fire in air, that is phosphorus. Next, the only metal which exists in the liquid state at room temperature is dash. You have to write mercury. Now match the following. Hardest substance D. Diamond. Aluminium ore. C. Bauxite. A non-metal normally existing in the liquid state, you have to write A. Bromine. Next, a good electrical conductor, graphite. Option is B. 5 number, a metalloid. You have to match it with arsenic, E. Now tick the correct option. The two most abundant metals found in the Earth's crust are option aluminium and iron is correct. Next, the metals used in making the alloy German silver are. You have to tick copper plus zinc plus nickel. Next question. Question number 3. When a metal reacts with oxygen, the resulting oxide of the metal tick is a basic oxide. 4 number. Out of the metals gold, silver, copper and aluminium, the one that is most ductile is tick gold. Gold is most ductile because we can make 2 kilometer long wire through only 1 gram of gold. So gold is most ductile. 5 number. Two of the metals that cannot be stored either in air or underwater are option is potassium and sodium. It is stored in kerosene because it is highly reactive. It reacts vigorously with air or water. So it is stored in kerosene. Next, question number D. D1. Name one metal and one non-metal which normally exist in the liquid state. One metal which exists in liquid state is mercury and one non-metal which exists in liquid state is bromine. So you have to write in one answer mercury and in second answer bromine. D2. State the fraction of gold present in an 18 karat gold piece. You know children, 24 karat gold piece is pure gold. And if gold is 18 karat, it means 18 karat is of gold and rest means 6 parts is either silver or copper. So out of 24 part, 18 part is gold and 6 part is either copper or silver, or you can make it in numerical form like 100% gold means 24 karat gold. Therefore 1% gold means 24 karat gold means 100% gold. Okay children, 24 karat gold means 100% gold. Therefore, 1 carat gold means 100 by 24% gold. Therefore, 18 carat gold means 100 by 24 into 18. Now it is 6 3 ja 18, 6 4 ja 24, 4 here it is 25 ja 100, so it is 75%. Okay children, 75%. You can see that you can write, since 24 carat gold means 100% gold, since 24 carat gold means 100% gold, therefore 1 carat gold means 100 by 24% gold. Therefore 18 carat, in question it is 18 carat gold piece will contain 100 by 24 into 18, that is 75% gold. Okay children, you can see it is 75%. Now next question is, state the property of copper wire that makes them useful for electrical fitting. Two properties of copper wire make them useful for electrical fitting. First property is, copper is good conductor of electricity. Okay children, you have read electrical conductivity property of metal. So copper is good conductor of electricity. Next property is, copper is ductile, so it can be drawn into wire. Due to these two properties, copper can be used in electrical fitting. Two properties I have said. First one, electrical conductivity, and second, ductility. Due to these two properties, copper is used for making copper is useful for electrical fitting. Next, define an alloy. You can mark in the book. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals, or metals and non-metals. For example, stainless steel is an alloy because it is composed of iron, chromium and nickel. So there are three things in the composition of stainless steel: iron, chromium and nickel. So it is a homogeneous mixture. Similarly, you can write many examples are there. Alnico, aluminium, nickel and cobalt. It is also alloy. So alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals, or metals and non-metals. If you see iron, iron is a mixture of one metal and one non-metal. Steel is a mixture of iron and carbon. Iron is metal and carbon is non-metal. So you can see that alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals, or metals and non-metals, like steel, stainless steel, etc. List, it is given in keyword also. You can write from keyword, and you have to give some examples. Next question is, list any two uses of non-metals. It is also given on page number 50. Uses of non-metals, you have to write only two uses of non-metals. Any two use you can write, like phosphorus is used in matchbox industry and it is also useful in making fertilizer. Nitrogen is useful in making fertilizer. Carbon is also a non-metal, and diamond and graphite are considered as non-metal. They are the allotropes of carbon, and diamond is useful in making jewelry or cutting glass, and graphite is a good conductor of electricity. It is used in making dry cell. Similarly, you have read oxygen is a non-metal that is useful for breathing or for burning. Okay, so you can write all the uses. Or iodine is an antiseptic. Sulfur is also a non-metal that is used for making sulfuric acid, gunpowder or cracker. So you can write any two uses of non-metals. If you will be asked to write 2 uses, you will write 2 uses. If you will be not asked 2, 3, 4, you will be asked only write usage of non-metals, then you can write all the usage of non-metals. Now we will proceed to question number E1. E1. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following reaction. Sodium reacts with oxygen. So all of you know, children, sodium is highly reactive metal. So it reacts with oxygen without igniting at room temperature, and it forms sodium oxide like this. You can write the chemical equation. Sodium reacts with oxygen and it forms sodium oxide, twice Na2O. Okay, and two reactions are there. Again you have to see, sodium reacts with oxygen and it forms sodium oxide and sodium peroxide. Formula of sodium peroxide is Na2O2. Okay children, in this way you can write the equation and you can balance it. Next is aluminium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. You have read, children, that aluminium is a metal. When metal reacts with acid, it forms salt and hydrogen gas is released. So when aluminium reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms aluminium chloride and hydrogen gas is also released. You can write equation like this. Aluminium Al plus HCl, it will form AlCl3 plus it is hydrogen gas. You can balance the equation. Okay children, and you have to write the physical state just beside the name of the symbol or element or compound. Like aluminium is solid, I have written here in the bracket S. S means it is solid, and this hydrochloric acid is aqueous, I have written AQ, and this aluminium chloride is aqueous, I have written aqueous AQ, and this hydrogen is gas, in the bracket I have written G. G stands for gas. So this is all about the reaction of aluminium with hydrochloric acid. Now next question is, why are gold and platinum suitable for making jewelry? Gold and platinum are noble metals. They do not react with oxygen, water, acid or base. They are not chemically affected by any substances present around them, and they retain their luster for longer time. Luster means shine. Since they are not chemically affected by substances present around them, they retain their luster for longer time. Therefore, they are very useful in making jewelry. Next property is that they are highly malleable and highly ductile. Due to all these properties, gold and platinum are useful for making jewelry. Once again I am repeating, gold and platinum are noble metals. They do not react with oxygen, water, acid or base. They are not chemically affected by any substance present around them. They retain their luster for longer time, and they are highly malleable and ductile. So they are useful for making jewelry. It is given in page number, you can mark it. Page number 48, noble metals, first paragraph and third paragraph. Because these noble metals are highly ductile and malleable, so they are useful for making ornaments. Next question, sodium and potassium is stored under kerosene. Give reason. Sodium and potassium are highly reactive metal. Okay, they vigorously react with water and they produce so much heat that hydrogen may catch fire. Okay children, so when sodium and potassium will be kept in oxygen also, in then it will also catch fire. at room temperature. Therefore, sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene. Okay, children, once again I am repeating. Sodium and potassium are highly reactive metal. So, they may react with oxygen even at room temperature. And when they are stored in water, then in water also they will react and they will produce too much heat energy, and that heat energy will allow the hydrogen to catch fire, because you know when metal reacts with water it forms metallic hydroxide and hydrogen gas is also released. So when sodium and potassium will be kept in water, it will react with cold water vigorously and it will form NaOH or KOH plus H2 gas will be released, and so much heat energy will be produced that hydrogen will catch fire. Therefore, it is stored in kerosene. Next, why is bronze preferred over copper metal for making statues? Bronze is an alloy and copper is a metal. Alloys are better because they are harder, stronger and corrosion resistant. Bronze is harder, stronger and corrosion resistant, and it is also less expensive and it is of light weight. Due to all these properties, bronze is preferred over copper. Copper is more expensive, copper is heavy, okay, copper is not hard as bronze, therefore bronze is preferred over copper. Once again I am repeating, children, bronze is preferred over copper because bronze is an alloy and it is harder, stronger and corrosion resistant than copper. And bronze is also of lightweight and it is less expensive than copper. Therefore, bronze is preferred over copper. Okay, children? So, with this your question answer is complete. All of you will learn all the question answers. Thank you, children.